Hi, my name is Ellen Dixon. I am a graduate student at East Carolina University studying nutrition, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Center for Disease Control, the Food and Drug Administration, and the Indian Health Services based on the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and what they work for. So as I'm talking to you today, I have my notes right down here. So if you see me looking down to read, it's because I'm reading off my notes. I want to make sure that the information I give you is accurate. So I might be reading a little bit off of the script. But first we're going to talk about today the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and what they work for and strive for. And they strive to optimize the nation's health through nutrition and food services. Their goal is to continue to improve the health status of Americans through food and nutrition. They work to shape and improve the public's food choices in order to improve overall nutrition status. They're also known as the Academy, so if you hear me say the Academy, I'm talking about the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. So the Center of Disease Control, the Food and Drug Administration, and Indian Health Services come to play because they have made it a priority to provide fast, efficient healthcare to specific populations. So the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics relies heavy on these organizations to target the specific populations to make sure that everyone gets the proper nutrition care that they need. And so each of these organizations targeting a specific population is going to in turn improve the health of all individuals. So the first organization on our list that I'm going to talk to you about is the Center of Disease Control. This is a national leading organization that lies under the Department of Health and Human Services. It works to increase the health safety of our nation. So whether these health safety threats are foreign or domestic, the CDC is making it a priority to protect all Americans from health safety and security threats. They focus on infectious diseases, they focus on occupational safety, foodborne illnesses, environmental safety, and even non-infectious diseases such as type 2 diabetes and obesity, how those can be prevented through food and nutrition. So they work in collaboration with the National Center for Health Sciences, and this is in order to identify health issues properly. The NCHS, National Center for Health Sciences, is the nation's principal health statistics agency. They work to provide data to identify and address different kinds of health issues. In order to guide public health, the NCHS is going to provide a great amount of statistical information for the CDC to optimize our information. And this allows us to make a lot of our health policy decisions. So these two organizations work collaboratively together. We can obtain broad perspectives to help us better understand the population's health and what influences our health and behaviors and decisions. So these statistics really help the CDC to identify problems and identify problems that they need to fix. So foodborne illnesses are a big problem today. So the Academy makes food safety and preparation a huge priority. Along with the CDC, foodborne illnesses is a big role within the CDC. Every year, about 48 million Americans fall ill due to a foodborne illness, and about 30,000 of these individuals can die. So these foodborne illnesses are a big problem. They can be deadly if not taken care of quickly and not identified properly. So in collaboration with the NCHS, CDC makes protection from foodborne illnesses a priority through a variety of different ways. They can find out what is in the food that is making people sick, what germs, a lot of different germs that target different kinds of foods. Some germs are specific to specific foods. Where the outbreaks are happening, what situation might have caused this outbreak. There's certain types of rules when it comes to restaurants that have an outbreak. If a certain amount of outbreaks happen at a certain restaurant, specific restaurant, in a certain amount of time, they can be held accountable for this foodborne illness. What steps and actions can be taken to prevent this foodborne illness from happening again? So we target the source, and then we figure out what we can do to have prevented it. And so these are all ways that the CDC, NCHS, and the Academy work together to prevent foodborne illnesses because they are a big growing problem and can be deadly if not taken care of. Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, so if you hear me say FDA, I'm talking about the Food and Drug Administration. They're responsible for protecting the public health by assuring safety, efficacy, and security of human and veterinary drugs, biological products, medical devices, our nation's food supply, cosmetics, and products that emit radiation. So the FDA works to ensure that all food products distributed to the American individuals are safe and free of contaminants. So when you have a new product that you need to get approved for whatever it has in it, you have to go through the FDA in order to get it on the shelf. and these products can also be recalled if the FDA determines that there is something in the product that is harmful, and there's a certain process that goes along with that as well. Any contaminants that the FDA finds not allowed to be in the food can be disease-causing organisms, chemicals, or other harmful substances. And under the Office of Medical Products, the FDA ensures the safety and monitoring of all dietary supplements, infant formulas, and medical foods. So anything anything like that. They also ensure food labels are regulated, so there's nothing on a label that's going to be untrue. If they do find something that is untrue on a label, that can also lead to a recall as well. Everything on label has to be reliable. All new food additives are tested and proven safe before being made available to the American public. So anything, like I said earlier, anything that's new to be on the shelves has to go through an approval through the FDA as well. So the Academy works to improve health of Americans by providing access to adequate food supply, and they want to assure that all food is healthy and safe. The FDA works to make this process more effective for the Academy. They want to make medicines more effective, safer, and more affordable in order to improve the health of all Americans, which is what the Academy strives to do. To assure a safe and healthy environment, accurate information, medicine, and food labels can be obtained by the public, and this allows for overall advancement in the public health system. Okay, the last organization on our list today that we're going to discuss is the Indian Health Service. So the Indian Health Service is an American organization that provides federal health services to American Indians and Alaskan Natives. So this is a very specific population. For most of these individuals that fall under these two categories, there is a principal federal health care provider, and the goal is to raise their physical, mental, and health status to the highest possible level. So since the Academy works to strive to provide adequate nutrition care to all this population, the Indian Health Service is a very specific organization that targets these specific individuals to make sure that they get the health care that they need. The Indian Health Service is under the Department of Health and Human Services. It came to be in 1956 in order to improve health status of American Indians living on reservations. And it provides federally funded health care to 1.5 million American or Native American populations and Alaska Natives collectively. So that is going to sum up the information today based on the Center of Disease Control, the FDA, and the Indian Health Services as they pertain to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Just to give a little brief summary of what we talked about. So the CDC is going to be the leading organization under the Health and Human Services Act that wants to increase health safety. And this also will provide proper health care and nutrition status to all populations of the American population, which is what the Academy strives to do. The Food and Drug Administration is going to be responsible for protecting the public health by assuring safety, efficacy, and security of human and biological products. So this is going to include not only food, but medical products, and it's going to include things like formulas and dietary supplements as well. And this also, the FDA is the organization that has to do with labeling and things that have to do with false advertisement, making sure that everything in your food is safe and it is what it says it is. The Indian Health Service is going to be that American organization that provides nutrition and health care to Native Americans living on reservations and Alaskan Natives. So this is going to be an organization that provides health care to a very specific population, which is going to help the Academy to provide health care to all populations, which is their goal. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative to you. I hope you learned something, and thank you for your time.